Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 43 of Splinterlands 101. As usual, co-hosts of the show, joining us once again, finest gentleman who ever walked, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
Here's Matt Clark. He's one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
The Geo of the Geotrix.
That's me.
And joining us again on the show, much to our pleasure, all the way from Oklahoma, please welcome George.
Hey guys, hi. How are you?
Very good. Great to have you back, George.
It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me again.
Yes. Yeah, we were just talking on a previous episode, and Matt was talking about the snippets that had been released about plots at Splinterfest. And on that, it's, we got to get George back. We got to get George back on. There's been so much that's happened in this time about lore. Are there any new hints, any developments? We don't know. And if there's someone who does know, it would be you. So yeah, we thought we've got to get George on. And
Awesome.
last time
you
were on, had so much information to share. At the end of the show, it's like, we didn't even get around to doing any battles. So we'll make sure that we get a couple of battles on this episode too.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Yeah. So what's new, George? What's new?
So how are you guys? I mean, the last time we talked, it was a couple of months ago, and the game is a whole different game ever since then. You know, we didn't have the focus, the daily focus back then. We didn't have the archers. We didn't have anything. And I wanted to ask you, before we start, how are you doing? I mean, are you still playing the game? Are you, where are you? Which league, maybe?
Who wants to go first?
Bob, you start with that one.
All right. So yeah, I'm still. Gio and I went halves in 50 of the pre-sale for Rift Watches, so that we would get the airdrop card. And so I was up at, I think it was I can't remember, 3 o'clock in the morning or something our time. And as you know, they all sold out in just a minute. So I'm glad I did. I got there, I clicked in time. So we got the airdrop card. And interesting story there, Gio, I can share with you, is no, I don't want this guy, I'm not interested. So I bought it because we said with the airdrop card would work something, a fair deal. Whether we rent it out, whether we go halves in the second one. So we've got one. I don't want this guy. So I bought out his half, and then he just bought one recently and got it to level 3. So
but the price, it's at a good price. It's a promo card, and it's at like $23 or something, 24, 25 and lower right now, I think. Actually, I don't know the exact price. But yeah, because at first, right, we all thought that the level 1 was going to have the tank heal, and it didn't. So at first, it changed my perspective on things, because I was like, damn, now, I've got to spend
You rage quit. I don't want this card.
Yeah. So I had a little fit, but after that, I was like, yeah, okay. The promo card, it seems like because of that, it's going for less, Yeah. And for that very reason, I picked it up. I was like, yeah, I need this. I mean, there's so many strategies with triple heals and all that. It's too good not to have.
Yeah, I agree. Well, personally, I have my eyes on the, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Curl Lurker, the neutral Hunt Master. And as summoners go, as far as summoners go, I believe Ilthane is the most expensive over there, and maybe the most, maybe the best summoner in the Rift Watcher set. I don't know what you think, guys.
I put 3 packets. Actually, it was 10. I opened up 10 additional packs, and out of those packs, I got 5 legendary cards, including a gold foil Kai. And one of them was Coral Lurker. So, which, as you said, is the most expensive of all the Riftwatcher cards. But 10 packs, 5 legendaries, including a gold foil. Like I was
Yeah,
stoked
this
about
is
that.
no, this is crazy.
He's
This is a
broken.
crazy legendary ratio.
Yeah. But I haven't leveled up any of the summoners yet. So of any cards that are playable at level
Sorry,
1 or level 2, I'm playing with. I've upgraded a couple of cards, but most of my Riftwatchers I've just moved over to my rental account to rent out until I have enough BCX that card is worth playing in gold. So at this point, haven't touched any of the summoners.
That's actually a wise move because they rent better now. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of the Riftwatchers cards.
Yeah. But since we last spoke, I've made some purchases. I've got my Alric up to level 7. I've got, because I only needed them at 6, because I only play at Gold League. But there was just such a huge difference in per BCX value for what I needed, that it actually ended up working out cheaper to buy the level 7. So I've got a level 7 Alric, I've got a level 6 Liana Natura, and I bought a Quicks to level 3, which is gold. So yeah, I've been focusing on my summoners, the old and some of the A and Bs, now getting them up to gold level so that I can use them effectively.
So, judging from that, I take it that you're playing wild mostly?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And Boba Fett, do you also have land plots?
I have 2.
2. Okay. I'm just asking because, you know, since you're upgrading your summoners, you're going to need some of them for, you know, playing the game, and some of them for your land plots. Yeah. Since we last spoke, when we last spoke, I was playing in gold as well, and then I had enough collection power to move up to diamond, and the modern format was introduced as well, so that made it even easier for me to play in diamond. But you know, this happened at the very same time that a lot of bot farms quit the game for one reason or another, and the game became way harder than what it was before. So naively, I thought that, okay, now I have the collection power to go in diamond and, you know, earn more and have fun over there with all the abilities, which is, you know, it's nice. The more you have, the more interesting the game becomes, the more abilities you have available. But that wasn't the case. You know, my first seasons, I struggled for 11 or 12 days just to make it out of gold. And that's still the case right now. You know, I spent most of the season in gold, and only the final days am I able to compete in diamond. So we will meet one day. You know, I'm mostly a gold player, not because I want to, but because you know, the game is harder now.
Yeah, and I think too the SPS rewards about the same time as well. A lot of people who might have just been investors and just hodling have decided, okay, SPS rewards, that rings my bell. It's time to start playing again. Because yeah, we've discussed this ourselves as well. It's getting much harder. I would usually finish the season in gold, because the gold 1 is where I stay, 4 or 5 days before the end of season, and then I would be working on the leaderboard, and the rewards are greater at that point as well.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting into gold 1 like 5 minutes before the end of the season.
Just staying there, you know, to drop to, you know, silver 3. What is it? Yeah.
It's tough. It is hard. Yeah.
How about you,
Yeah,
Matt?
I think my days of getting to champion are maybe over. I've tried really hard the last 3 seasons, and I just get absolutely hammered down. In Diamond 1, I get absolutely hammered down. And not having any Riftwatchers cards, because I just spent all my money on other stuff, you know, node licenses and a lot of tower defense packs and lingerie. You had to be there. Actually, no, never mind. Tower defense packs. And so I had no dry powder left for Rift Watches, and I sort of thought, well, I'll see how I go without them, and I'll just buy some off the market. But not having done so as yet, I'm just getting further and further behind. And then it's funny when they announced the idea of rewards being based on your card's level. At first, I thought they meant if your cards are a higher level than the league they're playing in, you'll get rewarded as if they were, for the spare capacity you have. You get diamond level cards playing in gold, you'll get paid as if you were in diamond and I thought, well, that's great for me, but I think a lot of people are going to be ticked off about that. But no, they meant the other way around, where your rewards are shrunk down, not boosted up. So now I'm reluctant to. I've always said, make sure you buy max level cards, but now I'm spending 90% of my time in gold and thinking, if I'm not good enough to actually be in diamond, then maybe I've wasted all this money. I just put everything on the rental market. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun again.
Well, it's not that you're not good enough. It's not, as you know, much better than me. Having been around for longer. The people up there in Champion, they probably have all the cards maxed out already. So there are these open up further options as when it comes to deck construction. So if you had, I think that if you had your Rift Watcher set, maxed and tried again to move to Champion, you'd make it there again. But as you said, there are all those different things right now. I don't know if you bought. I believe you bought the tower defense pre-sale, but I don't know if you also bought the Genesis League Goals one. If you took part in that one.
The Genesis League.
The Genesis League. No,
I've done nothing with Genesis League or Rift Watches. Just been tower defense, node licenses, and I'm going to mint a Rooney soon during the show if we're all down with that. But yeah, so mostly just been restaking SPS. I'm getting a lot now in the land airdrop because I have a lot of land, but that's all staked, so that's not spendable unless I go and then unstake it. So that's pre-staked. So
Have you created a GLX account though for the airdrop?
No.
You've got to create an account for the airdrop.
Oh, okay. So I won't be getting it then. If I understood your account gets it. It's just you don't see it until you start your account.
Okay. Well, I understood from the town hall, because I went straight away and did it. And it's easy enough to do. You just go to the page, you click on register, put in your email address, your Hive username, then you log in with Keychain, and then that's it, done. You get an email, you click on the confirmation link in the email, and you're registered, and then you'll start getting the airdrops.
So even if you don't plan to, playing the GLG game or investing in it, which is totally understandable, I don't know what I'm going to do myself. This is free. There's some free tokens. So although I should mention that I realized yesterday that they are not tradable yet. So we cannot yet transfer them to Hive Engine to exchange them for other tokens, but it will happen soon enough, judging from what they said on Discord.
Yeah, eventually it'll have to be tradable. Otherwise, it's what's the point? We have an expression that tits on a bull. It's
So it's. I was thinking about GLG as well, but then I heard in a town hall that it's not going to be released until Q2 2023. So that's spring of next year. So I was like, okay, I still haven't maxed all my cards yet, and Splinterlands is, my main focus. When that happens, when the game is released, I will consider it then. So I decided to focus on upgrading my cards mostly.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing as well. I find, Splinterlands is the most complete game they have out. And it's the game I enjoy the most, in theory, anyway, because I haven't played Tower Defense, which you can't yet, or the soccer one. So yeah, I'll just stick to Splinterlands, man. Yeah, that's it. How about you guys? Are you interested in playing anything else, or?
I think I'm going to stop battling. I think I'm going to send all my cards to land, and I'll be playing the game as a landholder, land management game, because I have so many plots. It would be a shame to have my cards sitting there suboptimally battling because they're with me not doing a great job battling. I'd rather have them all on land, and when I'm I guess my play time that's not land management, I expect I'll probably get really heavily engaged in tower defense, just because I've done. If we have a look here, Matt Clark, I've done 30 in 12 battles. I'll have hit 33,000 battles, and I've not been botted for any of that. So that's over the last 4.5 years, 33,000. So I mean, I still love the game, but
Yes,
I'm looking forward to mixing it up a little bit and still playing with the economy, but being a little bit more and getting those opportunities that come with land, getting the early opportunities. I want to jump into liquidity pools actually in the game, so I want to have big, strong presence in the stone and lumber liquidity pool, and the stone and seeds, or whatever. So I think really understanding the land aspect.
Timber baron.
Yeah, why not? And using those cards, I think, is going to be to better effect on land than battling in the game. So we'll have to see.
How are you in terms of summoners? I mean, what percentage of your plots do you have covered with summoners so far?
Yeah, summoners haven't been a big focus. I know the expectation is that every plot will need a summoner. I'm thinking of doing a fairly skewed upgrade path. So where we have the possibility, I would rather than say across all my plots try and level everything evenly. I'm thinking if I have the option of leveling a particular building to a really high level, and then hit you one summoner and then 4 or 5 cards with that, then I'm getting more monsters per summoner and still getting the best effect out of the land. So I'm sort of thinking about pick those bigger, the more legendary plots, assign totems to them, assign a single summoner and then 4 or 5 monsters, and then focus entirely on that. And there's other editions of cards coming, so I do have summoners. Like I'm not completely ignored the need for them, but I've also thought I've got a few thousand unopened Chaos Legion packs as well. I've got a heap of cards and summoners on my rental account, which I'll probably end up pulling all those and the like. So yeah, I think I'll be fine, but I keep thinking new editions are going to have summoners as well, and I can always buy summoners off the market.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. The other thing is too, if I don't have the cards to do justice for land will be rentable. So I can just say, look, I'll take one of my regions and just rent it out, and then just focus on the other one, and then I can use the income from that to then buy whatever cards or upgrades I need. So
yeah.
Makes
So
perfect sense.
your main focus will be your 2 castles.
Yeah, like a bridge, build a bridge between them.
Yeah.
And I do like that
I
idea
reckon
that you shared previously, where you can just live stream on Twitch doing your land maintenance, so people can actually see what's involved with that.
Yeah, I was thinking that there's a lot of guys streaming gameplay, and I think if I've got a whole lot of plots and a whole lot of things going on, and I'm dealing with totems and titles and all those other bits and pieces, and I know a lot of the bigger players are reluctant to get their face and name out there, but because I'm doing this is my name, this is my face, why not jump on Twitch and go, okay, here's what I'm doing now. I'm going to head over to one of my keeps and upgrade the keep because this is what I'm thinking. Let's assign this to there. And, there's a lot of competition amongst Twitch streamers for viewers in gameplay, but I don't know how many other of the handful of guys who have 2 regions are planning to stream it on Twitch. And I think guys who've got 1 or 2 plots are likely to take this will be fun to watch and just see how the big guys roll. Yeah, so I'm very much keen to do that. So well, I'll wait and see. It's still obviously several months away, but I'd very much like to do it. I'm really warming up to the idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'd just like to add that there might be, judging from what they said on previous streams, there might be a time constraint in our attempts to upgrade our plots or castles, in the sense that it was mentioned, I believe from Agro, that we will have to pay some token to upgrade the buildings, most probably DEC. We may have to stake SPS to get the most out of our lands, because if you take a look at an old PIC-D post titled SPS to there, that they say, I don't know if that's still the case, that SPS staked will feature heavily into land. I don't know how, but that's the plan. And the thing that I wanted to mention is that Agro mentioned 1 month ago or something like that, that we might have something like the equivalent of crowns for the brawls. So just to remind everyone that's not familiar with brawls, in order to upgrade our buildings for brawls, we need to spend some DEC, and then we have to also have crowns. So the way you get crowns in brawls is that you have to fight actually in brawls every 5 days, and slowly but steadily you accumulate them. So he mentioned the name Nuggets. So the name that he mentioned in that stream was Nuggets. So there might be something that puts a time constraint to us, in the sense that we might not be able to upgrade everything all at once, even if we have all the DEC at hand. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
That makes a lot of sense, because yeah, you can't just max upgrade your guild at the moment without the crowns. And I think there'll be that same implementation onto land buildings, castles,
now,
keeps.
The interesting thing is, how are we going to earn these nuggets? Because if I'm using the name Nuggets because that's what Agro used in that stream. I don't know if that's the official name, if they're sticking with it, but if we have to compete with neighboring regions in order to get these nuggets, then it will make every decision, way more important, in the sense, who do I want to partner with? Whose region do I want to be in order to, I only have a handful of plots. So who do I want to team up with in order to maximize the amount of nuggets that we all collectively get? So it will open up the way for synergies between players in the land expansion.
Team Matt.
There's a lot of things to consider, and one of them that I've thought of too is that there's a high likelihood that being a guild member will bestow benefits for landholders. Now, can I continue to be a member of a high-ranking guild if I've stopped battling? Do I need to say pick up a silver level deck and put it on an archmage bot or something, just so I've got whatever the guild is providing to landholders, that I have that benefit as well? Otherwise, if I'm taking all my cards over here, but I can't then ignore the guild aspect, the guild brawling aspect of the game. So yeah, I don't know. There's so much to contemplate and take in. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm keen to just changing the topic slightly. I'm keen to mint this Rooney. Bob, do you have the page that I sent you earlier open? Can you pull that up and screen share?
Yes.
Because that'll be my collection on OpenSea. So the way I see it is, I try and mint here and now, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's all live on air. We'll see, how we go. I was going to do it earlier, and I thought, we'll just wait till the show's happening, right?
Yeah, this is sick.
That's actually amazing. I didn't know you were going to do this. It's and I don't have a Rooney myself, so this is a huge opportunity, Matt, what you're doing. So let's So there's I think 1,300 of them have been minted now. I can't screen share because I'm on my phone, but I'll mint at my end, and then hopefully when it says you're done now, if Bob refreshes, this will be our first view. Should be on not yet. Our first view should be on here, because that's my collection on OpenSea so far. All right, wish me luck. Mint one.
Finger mojo.
Go to your wallet, approve your transaction in MetaMask. Confirm. Mint is processing. Man, if that's all it took. Easy's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Easy is good.
A lot easier than buying a chair on Amazon.
So before Boba Fett refreshes, can you tell us, did you pick the cool Rooney, the funny Rooney, or the badass Rooney?
Well, you guys will have to be the judge of that. I'm getting a message. I'm getting a message saying my mint is complete, but I've not clicked through to see it yet. So, Bob, do you want to refresh? And we'll hopefully it'll pop up on OpenSea as there it is right there. So this is I haven't seen it yet. So click on that and let's see if it's.
This is
Some guys
content
in
not available yet.
Some guys were saying online that it's taking a while for it to flow through. So it's been minted. We'll maybe check back on that every now and then and see. I won't look any further. So we'll all see it at the same time together, and we'll see what I got.
Ooh.
No, that's just a plain one, huh? Like just a standard photo before you actually get your Rooney, your actual Rooney.
Oh, that's the like boilerplate. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Before everything's populated. So it's really good because if you see down the bottom, if you scroll down a little bit, you see the it hasn't populated yet, but where those blue rectangles are, you can see it tells you the relative rarity of all the different aspects of the because Holozor got one. His chest armor is 0.1%, so only 1 in 1,000 Roonies will get that specific chest armor. So it tells you what percent, but it doesn't. None of that's populated yet. It hasn't.
Okay, so each item has like a rarity percentage of likelihood that you can.
And it displays, yeah. So even the background is 1. So that grey background is the default, and that's most of them have that. But then occasionally you know the rarity. So you can see the 3 grey backgrounds there and a red. I saw a burnt orange one that's like 3% chance of burnt orange, and yeah. So and then there's ones with sort of a stripy effect as well. I don't know if it's like a solar flare.
RNG on steroids.
Yeah. I wonder. Maybe give it another refresh, and we'll see if it's there.
If not, we'll just carry on and have a.
Yeah, we'll come back and have a look in a little while. It like I say, there are guys saying it's been, and the team said they're manually going through and doing something to push these things through. So I got 14.8. I got 14.18. So that's not bad. It hasn't even been open 24 hours, and we've done nearly 3/4 of that 2,000 that were whitelisted.
Yeah.
Do you see it on your side, Matt?
I haven't refreshed. I don't want to see it until we're all seeing it together. So
I refreshed just then, and still the same. So we'll come back to it in 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we've got the 10-minute mark came up, so we've got 7 minutes left on the Zoom clock before at the halfway mark. Want to remember the post that you were referring to, George, about the building, like needing the nuggets or whatever.
It's not. That's not a post. That was sent. That was said live from Agrod in one stream.
Gotcha. No worries.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And as you know, it's since it's not on Picti on the post, it's not official.
Yes.
So
yeah.
But just something to consider that might be the case. But since we were talking about guilds. I guess I should let you know that we just moved to tier 3 this week, and I don't know how you guys are doing. I mean, I'm not trying to necessarily recruit you or anything, although I wouldn't say no to such an offer. So I'm doing this live, so it's there are no shades. Everyone can know that that we're having this discussion. But we moved to tier 3, and I'm just throwing this out here that we're not the most competitive guild, because tier 3, as it stands, Matt knows better, has the top guilds right there and the top players. So I don't expect us to do very well in our first brawls when the guilds move up in tier 4 or more guilds from tier 2 climb. But still, we are set and go for the SPS rewards whenever that may be, and most probably in November.
Yeah.
If I'd have known I was about to get headhunted, I wouldn't have been so candid about being a terrible player.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I mean, George obviously hasn't looked at my brawl stats because he not
We
good.
do not, in our guild Praetorians, we do not recruit based on, how do you say that, on competitiveness. We do not ask people to show us their previous, percentage or win percentage or whatever. We're looking at card collection. If someone has a decent card collection and if he's a cool guy, he's not going on Discord, speaking bad about everyone else, then that's all it takes. Because it's not, we're not trying to be the most competitive guild, nor can we, because we don't have that kind of collection power. We're trying to have a small community and have fun, and of course, get the most out of it for the effort and time and money that we've put in it.
Absolutely. See, when I left the last guild, I was real fortunate that Mr. Rogers bought a guild off of Matt, Ages of Glory, and Mr. Rogers was like, hey, would you like a spot in this guild? And then I was like, dude, okay, I had to. I mean, they're top 15, 10 hall, 10 lodge, like whatever. It's nearly all maxed out. We're still playing in tier 2 for guilds, but that's going to change too, So
Yeah.
I feel pretty fortunate and very happy where I'm at now. I even told Bob, you have to jump on board. You got to leave the other guild. I feel I'm such a... Oh, I don't know. I just saw an opportunity. I was like, come on, we all love Mr. Rogers, yeah? Yeah, and it's like Matt's guild. It was like Matt's guild who he sold off to Mr. Rogers. I mean, why would I not want to be a part of that? But yeah, if I wasn't in a guild, George, you'd be my first choice.
You never know what the future holds for us. So
yeah,
you never know what happens. So let's keep that in mind. Matt, are you going to move to tier 4? Is your guild all set for that?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed it. I know we'd like to, but we need probably 2 more brawls before we have the crowns to upgrade the arena. So we're definitely going to be close to 4, but we might end up maybe the barracks first, or I'm not sure. But we'll probably end up going the arena and then 4, because even if you get absolutely destroyed in a tier 4 brawl, you're still making a crap ton of merits and crowns, as far as I'm aware. So I think that might be the go. If we're going to be beaten senseless anyway, why not get beaten senseless in tier 4, right?
Well, you're not. Yeah. I mean, tier 3 is getting more guilds slowly but steadily, like ours. So the competition is going to get a little bit easier for you guys. I believe it's Roaring 20s, your guild?
Yeah, Roaring 20s. We have a similar ethos to you, and from the start I've said we're casual players and serious investors. So we're here to really shift some chips into the middle of the table, not to muck around. Where to buy your seat, you buy it, it's yours. But that's 100,000 dark energy crystals, which has been a lot, and it's been very little. But at the time when we started, it was and I think we're going well. But yeah, I think tier 4 will be reasonably we got to discuss it with the guys. But yeah, I think that's the way we'll go.
And last season on Aegis of Glory, we came first, and we got enough merits from 1 brawl to buy 2 packs. That was the first for me. And no, enough merits from 1 brawl to buy 2 packs. I was pretty happy with that.
Was this in tier 2?
Yeah,
tier 2. Yeah,
in tier 2. So we never managed to finish first in tier 2. However, despite that, we decided to move to tier 3. Because fortune favors the brave. And
you're right.
We just focused really hard on upgrading the arena to get us to tier 3 in anticipation of the SPS rewards for brawls. And now we will probably stay there and, upgrade the barracks, upgrade our decks, upgrade everything. And
your gladiator cards especially.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let's take another look at the Rooney situation. Look at all that, red, red, red. I definitely need to lodge an RNG support ticket. I'm getting robbed blind when it comes to misses, right? My speed 8's missing their speed 1s and it's not reverse rule set. There's definitely something wrong with my account, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's refresh. Anyone want to do their mojo fingers or anything like that?
Fingers crossed. Let's see a good one.
Nope, not yet.
All right.
Fucking Ethereum. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit blockchain.
Indeed, indeed.
It's minted. It didn't take long to mint. It's just for the visuals to flow through. But yeah, okay.
All right. So, Gio, did you end up answering George's question? Did we get to you as far as like what have you been up to? What have you been buying? What's your strategy of late?
Look, I wanted to be patient on buying the Rift Watcher set, and I couldn't be that patient. I waited a month already, and well, I guess if they decide with the proposal, if we can buy DEC Rift Watchers with, that, then I guess prices of the cards will go down because the arbitrage value from what I've read and looked on YouTube, I watched like Tails and Infidel and all that, and they made very good points. If we are able to buy packs with the DEC Rift Watchers packs, then not only are you screwing, you're screwing up the people who were there for the pre-sale who bought in SBS, but the prices of the cards will go down as well. And
where are you going to get your DEC from without selling SBS?
You can buy it. You can, true. There's not many places, but I mean, you could just trade on Hive Engine, swap pools or whatever, swap it. Where was I going with? Yeah, so I wanted to buy Rift Watchers, and I just, I was like, no matter where the price goes, I'm already down, so what's like more down, and that's not going to affect me anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just bought some Rift Watchers packs and cards.
Yeah.
And I can just show you what I've got, and I'll just screen share.
Yeah.
It's simple, right?
Yeah.
Did you open the packs yet or not?
I've opened a few packs. Yeah, I've opened them all.
Gio can't hodl. He can't.
Yeah, it's hodling improves with age. I'm not saying that Geotrix is young, but it is true. You become more patient as you grow up.
I just don't like holding packs. I don't care for it. I'd rather have the cards. Anyway.
And I must admit, the whole SBS thing has been a consideration for me because I've got that mindset at the moment of like, because SPS reached $1, thinking like at the moment you need like nearly 90 SPS to buy a Rift Watchers pack with a voucher. I'm thinking 90 SPS at some point, that's $90. Am I paying $90 for a pack of cards right now by buying Rift Watchers with SPS? Yeah, that's been a consideration of mine.
I guess the point though is at the time when SPS is worth $1, what are Rift Watchers packs worth and what are the cards in them worth?
Yeah, but 90 bucks. I look at an SPS in my mind, I see $1,
Yep.
I have the same feeling, so I haven't bought anything that requires SPS to be purchased, be it licenses or Rift Watchers. But there's always the secondary market if we don't want to spend our SPS, and you never know when or if it's going to reach $1. But I also have the same issue that I tend to think of SPS like at $0.1 or $0.5, whatever the case may be. So needless to say that I don't have like millions of SPS to support my account whenever they implement the ranked buddy rewards requirement that you have to have staked SPS in order to get the most out of your account. So given the fact that I don't have a ton of SPS, I keep them
close at hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Gio, can you make a little bit bigger?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing and I'll share again. Because for some reason it's just being really weird. Do you guys see that?
Yes, and I envy your neutral tone over there.
Still small though.
Yes. Is it okay? Yeah, sure. How is that?
Yeah, that's better. Yep.
Yeah, so this is just on the count I play. And obviously I leveled these cards up where I thought was acceptable enough for me to play at gold, because with Rift Watchers, the cool thing is a lot of these cards, they're pretty strong early on. So you only need to get them to like level 3, level 4, and they have like very consistent stats. The only thing it's the like they might get an extra, like an extra ability or something. That's like the main point I reckon with this set is. But otherwise, rares off the bat, they're very strong, even at like just one card. So for example, Ra, like I just want him at level 1 because, well, have a look. It's the stats are pretty consistent. Like they don't really change too much.
Yeah.
Obviously at champion they change a lot, and because he's scattershot, I find Giant Killer to be, well, not that useful unless you're in close range. So I'm keeping this guy at 1, just 1. I'm just going to leave him like that. And now the other account,
Geo shared a battle the other day with Ra, and I didn't realize this, but like with double shot and scatter shot, you can hit 2 different targets in the one turn.
Yeah.
I was like, that's amazing.
But yeah, anyway, these are some cards that I thought were good for the level that I'm at, and obviously I have a level 1.
Now that Boba Fett mentioned this, Ra might be a good option for Waka Spirit Blade. To poison everyone out there. Since he's attacking different targets. Yeah, sorry for the interruption.
No, you're right. No, please, feel free. And I'm too cheap to get this Lurker any higher of a level, but with Cispa, he gets his level 2 ability, which is Phase. So that's just a cheap man's way of, of working around that. Obviously, these are other packs, the other cards that haven't gone to the main. And these are just like the gold foils that I pulled. And I'm very happy that I pulled a gold Cispa and a Scargor within less than 50 packs. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I have.
Nice.
Out of that.
Got some nice gold foils there.
Yeah, to Tinderlock, he's really cool.
Yeah, my Tinderlock's still at level 1. I've just been getting a couple of BCX, like single BCX. I still need 1. I think I need 2 more BCX to get him up to the next level. Yeah, and that's only on regular foil, not gold foil.
Well, yeah, I have a few. I'm still going to upgrade, but I think I'm going to put a halt on a little bit, buy a card every week or so. I just need to slow down, right? Because if prices do fall with this new proposal, then it was all for nothing.
I don't think that the proposal will pass, to be honest, but
probably won't.
The prices might fall eventually as time goes by, but I'm still waiting. I will not show you my Rift Watchers collection because there is nothing to see over there. I'm still working on my Chaos Legion one. I haven't matched that.
You're patient. Yeah.
If you make the decision to stay in gold, then that makes it easier because you don't have to go all the way up and max every card. Exactly. But if you decide to go to Diamond or Champion, I'm still working to, to get there. So, and the
I'll
fact
cut my
is
level.
that, sorry?
Gold's my cutoff now. That's actually where the maximum I can afford. So that's where you stop it. You stop the bar.
Yeah.
I'm not dreaming of Diamond Champion because, well, I'm not there, so.
Yeah. So, and Chaos Legion is trading at a discount right now. The prices have fallen quite a bit over the past months. So I haven't bought any Rift Watchers, but I am. It's on the to-do list. Not so far now.
Yes. A more full collection is just so good, right?
Indeed.
It's just
You know,
awesome to have choices.
I just bought recently some very, average Chaos Legion cards, like the cheapest one, like Mycelic Morphoid, what is it, that has thorns and just costs 1 mana to play it. And all this time, all these months, I was neglecting these, not so popular cards. But once I put them in my collection, I realized that they come in handy in certain situations. So when you have options, you don't realize that when you don't have the card. But when you have options, it's amazing,
Exactly.
and you don't get to see that unless you actually see your card in the battle screen. When it's time to play it.
And you're talking about Mycelic Morphoid, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that card, it can be really cool with like when you have
Equal health.
equal health, especially, or when your card has camouflaged and you put it at the back in front of it, so it's always hitting that if they got sneaks.
Yeah.
That's another good use case.
Yep.
Or just in a small team, you've got 1 mana left and you got a slot. Just chuck him on the end. He's not going to do anything, but he's going to hit one of their sneaks when he takes him out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
And if you've got amplify as well, then he's doing 3 damage to their sneak when they take him out.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So with Rift Watchers, I don't feel like every card, is a must. I reckon you can do without a lot of cards actually from that set. But there are, I reckon, key cards that I think, we all should, work towards eventually.
Yes.
Once the prices are reasonable.
Yeah.
What's your pick of the pack, Gio?
Oh man, the pick of the pack. You. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, you can just say like the legendaries, but I really like the Dragon Runic Skyclaw. I reckon he's cool. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's really awesome. If you want to pop him up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pop him up. I just reckon he's a good card. I really like him. Her. Whatever. It looks like a chick, to be honest.
And pronouns?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get it to level 7 because in gold you're getting 5 attack, 6 speed, 6 health, 4 shield. You want me to share or are you showing it?
You said you're popping him up, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were gonna do that. My bad. Yeah, I'll do that for you. Yeah. No, all good. All right. Where is it? This card. You see that?
Yep.
Yeah. And if you have an epic, an epic summoner, you're getting that level 7 there and you're getting 5 attack. 6 speed. I reckon that's like, again, I'm not, this is just the top of my head. I'm not saying this is the best card of the set. This is something that I'm trying to work towards now.
I do like a multi-snipe team. So that's a good, that is a heavy hitter. I like the, it pair well with the sheriff, the Silver Shield Sheriff.
Yeah. I really like it. So, yeah.
And in a blast rule set, if you've got enough for 2 shield reflectors, you put him second to the end because I wouldn't want him second position because once your tank's gone, you've got a ranged in your first position that can't hit. So second from the end. And because Dragon multi-suit, so if you're playing, say, Dragon with life, and you've got the Corsair Bosun in the second position, protecting the hits from your tank, and you got this card second last. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and even close range, let's say, you got Fispa. Now this thing has phase, and you just speed it up, and you can like put it as like a tank as well if it's close range. You know,
close range rule set.
It's got fly. It's got fly, man. Fly and phase, and if you to buff the speed up and like put a tank hill behind it, I don't know. I reckon it could be quite good wherever.
All right.
So, yeah, I will end that now.
Okay. Well,
What do you guys reckon? What are your favorite?
Which one? Sorry.
what cards do you like or are looking at from Rift Watchers?
You ask me or someone else? I
Yeah,
didn't hear.
yeah,
Okay.
anyone and everyone.
Well, so the one card that I definitely want, where I want Ilthane, the summoner, because
Yeah.
in my mind, Ilthane makes General Sloan obsolete in the sense that
Absolutely.
when you have live Splinter and you're considering, to play General Sloan, if you see that the opponent, if you are fortunate enough to see in the last 5 battles that your opponent has Ilthane, you should never play General Sloan. He will die. He will, it's unless you play General Sloan and don't use range monsters. That's an option. So I want Ilthane just because, I will not dare to play General Sloan against Ilthane ever. So I want this card. And the other thing is that I don't have a solid taunt monster. The one card that I always wanted to have, but I couldn't because it's very expensive, at least when I realized how awesome a card it is the Silver Shield Bearer. What's the name? The taunt Silver Shield, the Shield Bearer.
Yes,
sorry.
Shield Bearer. Yeah.
The Shield Bearer. This card is, it's a game changer in higher levels. So I never got the chance to get this card, and now we have this all these new monsters, and Curl Lurker is the one that I believe it gets the thorns at higher levels. It's not, I don't know, it doesn't have the, maybe it's not as good as the Shield Bearer, but on the other hand, it will miss many more times. Enemy monsters, it's faster and it has dodge. So that's the taunt master that, even though it's crazy expensive right now, you only need 11 of them to max it. So if you put it side by side with Shield Bearer and what it costs to buy a Shield Bearer max version or a Curl Lurker, the option is clear. You have to. And its price might fall even further because Rift Watchers, as it is right now, it's the cards are scarce. I don't see them very often in the battlefield, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah. So at least I'm not playing in Champion. I'm sure that in Champion or Diamond 1, everyone has everything. Yeah. But I don't see them all that often. And when I see this damn monster, it's I almost think that I've lost the game, this Curl Lurker, and I'm very surprised whenever I win against this, because if you just buff its speed a little bit, it's almost untouchable in certain cases. Unless, of course, you play against Kitty, which I don't have, I don't have Kitty, so that's not an option for me. So yeah.
What's your greatest and latest purchase, Matt? Card-wise.
I've been enjoying Jacek, just trying to get my head around making him work. Just while Javas was talking about the speed boost. So I'm trying a lot of Exploding Dwarf Magnor builds in various different circumstances, because I figure Scattershot can be a liability, but if you're going entirely melee and you're just throwing a bit of Inspire there, you're deciding where everything goes. So my Serpentine Spy is getting a big workout. Because he's going fast, he very rarely misses, and he's picking off their the weakest opponent. And because he's going so quick, so early, that's been great. So Exploding Dwarf, Magnor, Serpentine Spy, and it's amazing when all of their fire is directed at Magnor, he can actually survive for quite some time, particularly because he's sped up. He's not sped up he's quite a slow card, but when he's even just sped up that little bit by Jacek, they miss often enough that my dwarf will get 2 or 3 rounds of just absolutely pummeling. And if there's any weakness in those first 2 cards, he'll find it, exploit it, and then trample. And that's a diamond level he tramples, but it's just brutal. So yeah, I've been enjoying Jacek. I pulled a Queen Mycelia gold out of a pack, and I keep meaning to max her out. I really want to add her into my rotation. So again, 8 top priorities at the moment. So I'm sort of the urgency is not there because there's still plenty of her out there and around. So so I've just been my big priority at the moment has been the ecosystem generally, rather than looking at playing. So one thing I've been doing is watching a lot of Twitch. I've been steering clear of Discord just because there's so much going on there all the time. It's hard to keep up. And I've been in there so often, and somebody will come in and say, "Oh, bots are bad," and it's like I've had this conversation so many times. So I've been trying to support the Twitch guys with view minutes. So while I'm working, I'll also be watching the Twitch guys, and I've got a heap of orbs that I picked up for $1.80 each or something along those lines. It weren't quite $2 each back when essence orbs were a thing, and so I had 100 or so of those, and I've just been dropping them on streamers while they're streaming, and you know, they're like, oh, a lot of them are so new to the game that they haven't even seen an orb before. They don't even know what it is or what it does. They haven't seen it, and then you get all their viewers are seeing the opening animation, learning a bit of the you know, a bit more of the history. And a guy pulled it. The biggest pull anyone's made was a fella a couple of weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago now. Got a gold mermaid healer. It's like $350 on the market at the moment, and he was like, whoa, you know. But that's all great because it builds the hype, and then the Twitch streamers are pulling in more viewers. They're getting a reward for putting their face out there, because like I said, there's a lot of people that don't do this. They want to stay anonymous, and they won't get out there and put their name and face on screen like what we're doing. And I kind of feel like those Twitch guys are doing the game a service by humanizing it, right? There are real human beings. Instead of, I guess, paying attention to the guys in Mav's Discord going, bots, the game's been taken over by bots, I'd much rather look at the positives and say, look at all these human faces that are playing the game. Here's proof and evidence that humans are playing this game. Let's instead of focusing over there, let's focus some attention and care on the people that are doing that. So I've been finding that really quite rewarding, and obviously the streamers are benefiting from that. And if they're doing well on Twitch, they're getting Twitch subscribers. They're making a bit of money from that. Splinterlands is paying them to throw them in the to keep the rotation going. And also I want to expose myself to the Twitch ecosystem a little bit, so that if I do elect to stream my land management, I'll have an understanding of how it all works. So that's been sort of a big focus. I play my games, but I actually forgot to submit in the last brawl. I got my maths wrong and thought I had 25 hours. I only had 18 hours or something, and I've completely missed it. So you
kicked yourself.
So I've missed all of
the naughty corner.
Let the team down, and I know. So it's hard because I'm the leader. So it's like I've told myself off. I've consider me appropriately chastised. But so bit of a shame there. I like to lead by example. So
that's really nice, man. It's like, you're the hero we need but don't deserve, like
Dark Knight.
Well, the game's giving...
you're the Dark Knight.
This game is giving me a lot at the moment, right? It's been very, very generous. So obviously, I enjoy that, and it's good. It's more people are seeing more of the game than just here's another guy. He's picking another team of the latest Chaos Legion. It is funny when I send an orb to a guy who only plays modern. That's the only 5 wild cards he has from the orb. I don't know what to do with this.
The orb packs are $1.80 on Hive Engine at the moment.
No. I bought them 2 years ago.
Oh, you've been hodling them.
Yeah, with bulk discount and all that. And I held like 100, and after a while I just thought, it's great that I've got some, and I'll probably stop. In the next dozen or so, I'll keep giving a few more out, and then I'll draw it to a close. But I'm like, if I get from 100 down to 50, and on paper I've lost however many, a couple of $1,000, but in real terms, it's made a big difference to the game, to the streamers. And hopefully then when I say, hey everyone, I'm streaming land management on Twitch, people might say, oh yeah, I remember that guy, and maybe pay a bit of attention and see how we go. So it's all marketing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not claiming to be a saint here.
How's both ways.
How's the Rooney?
I'm getting messages from friends here asking about my Rooney, and if it's if it's generated, and how does it look? Can we have another?
Yep.
I can't wait to say fuck Eve.
Refresh.
All right, come on.
No, still not.
Oh,
still
you're
nothing.
so
Maybe
shitty.
Let's actually go back.
Can I maybe could it be because Matt hasn't seen it and maybe accepted it or anything like that? I don't know.
I mean, I can have a look.
That
I'll
is a
try
good
refreshing
theory.
my end.
I like that. We'll see.
No, I got the same. It's
Okay.
still,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Still that.
while
So
we're,
maybe that's how it looks.
you got the bottom end of the RNG.
Well, I mean,
Seems like
you might
proof,
even be able to,
yeah.
you might even be able to sell that as the most common Rooney. Everyone else has some point of difference, but not this guy. Yeah, that's all right. Thanks for checking, Bob.
But if it's
Well,
the
let's-
only one in black,
The only black
if
one.
it's the only
Yeah.
most special, it's the most artistic one, if you ask me. You know, old school silent movie style.
So much for
The monochrome value. Yeah.
yeah, dude. It's a cool look, man. It's so doom
Yeah.
and gloom. I love it.
I like it.
Yeah. So proof of stake don't seem to be doing Ethereum any favors.
The price? Well, minting
Nah, just
only
means
costs.
that-
The gas fees are minuscule. They're only $2 or $3 to do all the minting and staking and the like. So that's been good.
I mean the speed. I like why is it taking so long to like just
Oh.
show up? Yeah.
I don't know. The guy, because that's 1418. The guy who's 1419 posted in Discord with his all lit up and brightly coloured and all that. So I
Okay.
don't know.
Right.
If it's sequential, then mine should be done. It's
Yeah,
all good. It'll come in
Anywho,
time.
why don't we
let's
get into
some
battles
battling.
before we
Yeah.
forget?
Yep.
Yeah.
And in between each battle, we can do a Rooney check.
Yeah.
All right. Well, right at the beginning, George,
And how
you
much?
mentioned that you're
So
alive.
how much time? How much time do we have, Boba?
I don't know. I only get the timer at the 10-minute mark. So
Okay.
Let's get.
we must be getting close to that.
Okay.
So George, right at the beginning, you mentioned your life goal is to beat Geotrix. So why don't you guys go first?
Well, it's
Alright.
you know, it's not a live goal, but when I managed to
live
do
goal.
so, not to mention Matt, when I managed to do so, I will be, you know, at a certain point where I can, you know, say that okay, I'm actually, you know, on par. I'm actually able to talk to you right now, you know,
Yep.
Nicola
Bragging
level.
right. All right, let's step up.
Okay,
Let's
let's
see
do
what
it.
happens.
Yeah.
It would be my honor to lose to you, George.
Oh,
So
who's
for
that?
me, that's me. That's my alt
Okay.
account. My main account that isn't alt.
Let's go.
Yeah. Because of course,
Do
you know,
it.
beating me in a battle just makes you a member of a very, very large club. So there's no highlight in that.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start talking about the lore now, so that I can, you know, confuse Geotrix and make him do the wrong thing. So let's see.
I don't even know what to do. So. Oh shit.
So what do we got?
Hmm.
Rule set and stuff.
Oh man, we got poison.
Obnoxious
We got
gas.
blast. Poison and blast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bodies are going to be dropping left, right, and center. And here we go. The 10-minute timer just came up. So we've got 10 minutes on the clock, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. So yeah, one thing that I wanted to talk about has to do with the lore is the fact that we're going to get a comic book soon. I don't know if you heard about that in this on Splinterfest.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll have a third big player. We'll have Marvel, DC, and SL.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh, dude, that would be huge. Like truly. I think
mentioned
that would be.
They mentioned a tabletop game as well, didn't they? The idea of an actual playable game based on Praetoria.
Like
Yeah, there is a
Talisman.
They shared the PDF with us, which is a D&D RPG game. So in principle, if someone wants to try that out, he or she can.
So,
I have
drop my phone.
chosen my teams.
Oh, you submitted your team?
Yes, sure have.
Okay, now let's have to hire you. Let's see.
So your tactic only ended up distracting yourself there, George.
Well, at least, at least I tried,
Yay! Okay, I'm gonna share screen. I'm gonna
Alright.
share the screen. Share screen. Window. Yes. I'm hoping I don't get any artifacting, because when I share screen and play battles, it turns to crap.
Yeah.
So
Bit of glitching.
anyway,
Can you bring the rule set
I
up,
will
Gio?
bring.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm about to do that right now.
50 mana, or at least wow. This will be good with those two. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm scared of your revealer. I don't want to get stunned. That would really suck.
Well, the thing is that he's going to come after your Gram. So Gram will hit first, and maybe next round he will be stunned. So
Yeah.
because of your speed, because you have Jacek in there.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What league
all
is
gonna be
this?
the
Is this
RNG.
Diamond League or Gold League?
gold.
It's just going to be where Yasik places
yeah.
those shots, right? I mean, if Yasik hits the guys with immunity, like that revealer, for example, then yeah, you're going to be in trouble. But I think the Chaos Dragon, I think Javasil's Chaos Dragon at the back is going to also. There's some RNG there as well with Scattershot there.
There is.
I'm worried, Gio, that you don't have the health to really survive that, considering that you've also got obnoxious fumes happening. So I'm going to give it to Javasil. I think he's going to take it.
All right.
I actually focused a lot on the poison, and I realize now that I might be in danger because of the blast. But let's see.
Yeah. Let's just play. I know we don't have too much time. 6 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that. You are using quicks. You have muted my range damage by 1. However, that's a dangerous one.
Here comes
It's actually
poison.
it's actually really interesting watching all the animations in slow motion because of Geo's screen glitching.
Yeah.
There's the stun.
Yeah, there's the stun.
That's
I'm
going to
scared
hurt.
of the stun.
Yeah. And then again, the Chaos Dragon hitting deep and hard.
Yes, I'm so scared of that. Oh, yeah, I think you got this, man.
Mm.
I really do.
That was a lucky one.
No, man, you outplayed me on that rule set. Good on you.
So yeah, let's see. Yeah, if he gets to hit now, okay, but he didn't kill. Okay.
Yeah, no, you got this.
Yeah.
It's just a challenge. All that matters is ranked play, and in ranked play, I remember what he did.
No, it's bragging. It's bragging rights.
Right.
Bragging rights. Yeah.
You need to bring this up
right
constantly. Mention it in Discord. You mention it constantly. Write a post about it on Hive.
No.
Yeah, there we go. Good
right.
on you, man. That was solid. That was solid.
Thanks.
All right, so we've probably got time enough just for one more game. So, George, did you want to play Matt?
Yes, of course.
I can't screen share though, so you'll have to screen share. Are you set up to do that?
Let's see.
If you are, just send a challenge to Matt Clark. Otherwise, you have to take on Bob, and he can share.
Let's see. I've never had a challenge in centuries, but I will. Challenge.
Challenge in centuries.
So diamond. Do we do diamond and all cards?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it's Matt
Whatever
Clark.
you like.
Remember.
Don't play into Matt's strengths.
Matt, do you see that?
Yep. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And while you guys are picking your teams and stuff, I'm just gonna jump over and check on your Rooney.
Thank you, mate. Okay, so we have 12 mana, no armor, and no melee.
Yeah,
And
I
know
just lost.
I know exactly which team I'm going to play.
Oh,
too.
and there he is.
Wow, there you go. I've got some sort of a Caesar-style headdress.
Yeah.
I'll
Look at that.
turn my head and look at that in a second. Happily, I know exactly what I want. to
Oh,
play,
nice.
It looks very Greco-Roman.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
like that. That's interesting. George is on and you got a Greco-Roman sort of and the Italians
Yeah.
are here.
Okay, there you go. And a coloured background too. Only a third of them are coloured backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
And blue.
Two-thirds are grey. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I called
Actually.
that-
Rarities.
I called that the Greek special, that one. That's a
Yep.
that's a Greece. That's Greece.
Yep.
Represent.
No, I'm very happy with that. Let's have a look at the background's metal seaweed, only 2%.
Dude, that's
The
sick, man.
neophyte-
Congrats. That's
three-
sweet.
Yeah, neophyte robe only has 3%. Magma hex is the head, only 3%. The bronze laurel's only 1%.
Yeah, that's
Aquian
very
Ripper,
rare.
3% for the weapon, and the power core is only 2%. Now that seems like it's a really, really rare.
Yeah.
I'm happy
I
with
think it
that.
is.
That's great.
Yeah, I think you've done really. That's why it was such a long wait. Just
Yes, that's why. Oh, that's good. I'll bring him into battle as soon as I can. And
Awesome.
okay, so are we watching? How are we doing for time? We're watching.
1
really
minute
confident.
30.
No,
I'm really
it's
confident
30.
with this team.
It's 30 seconds on my side.
Okay, well let's
Wow.
pull it up and
I have to go to dinner at 6:30, so I might have to cut it short, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say my goodbyes.
all right.
George, awesome having you on. Matt, love you. You know, Bob, you know it.
cheers.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
See you, mate.
See you.
Yeah, man.
See you, Geotrix.
Bye.
See you, man.
So guys, I'm going to lose this one because I know this is that kind of batties. I didn't have my yeah. It's
All right. So
It's done.
George, we've actually got less than 1 minute on the clock, so we're going to get cut off before the game starts.
It's all good. We'll
So-
just say our goodbyes then. It's great to have you on, mate.
thank you for having me, guys, and looking
And
forward.
I will drop the link in Discord, and I will record it and add it onto this episode.
Awesome,
Deal.
awesome,
All right.
awesome.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on, George. See you guys
Bye. Have a
next
good
week.
day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. See you.
And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, comment. Yeah, we love the comments. We love the engagement. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.
Bye.